Oh, look at the cows. Mum, look at the cows. Welcome back, guys. 2 videos in 2 days. Oh my God. Can you even believe it? Now, I'm starting you off with a little bit of a time lapse. It's only a short time lapse. It's like what? 4 minutes. A quick 4-minute time lapse, showing you what I've been working on. Now, this time lapse is the last hour of like about 4-5 hour session where I was working on more of the valley that I was working on in the last video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be showing you some decoration stuff, and as well as doing the fields, I've been putting in some extra buildings and some cool things, which I'll show you. I've been working on the road network. So decorations first, and then I'll spend like 1 to 2 minutes talking to you about profitability, because I promised I would do that in the last video. And then we're going to move on to getting the planks set up so we can start manufacturing machines, which was we got the tools being manufactured in the last episode. We need to get the machines being manufactured, so we're going to be setting those lines up and getting those working. So I am really enjoying working on this scenery stuff. It's incredibly satisfying. It's incredibly therapeutic. I could do it for hours and hours and hours, and have been. I actually spent, actually working on the map stuff that's in there was about 4 hours, but I spent 2 or 3 hours before that just working on ideas. This turned out to be a really good idea. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I'll show after the time lapse. I'll give you a little look at this, but I think you'll agree that this turned out reasonably nicely. I put together a couple of buildings. What I wanted to go for here was like a bit of a kind of a commercial agricultural farm building. So and I was thinking, well, because I put the building in there, I didn't know what I was going to do to kind of dress it up, and then I was like, well, just think about it. It's like, it's a commercial farm, so what's it going to have? Right, well, it's going to have some kind of vehicle to take the crops to market and stuff, and there's going to be stuff lying around. He's going to need a propane tank to power the place. I love what you can do with that paint tool. So I put like a gravel texture on around the building, which is really nice. I freaking love that. That's going to be used a lot. Then this was the area that was that kind of that bright green, and I kind of changed it to like a, I don't know, like a dark plowed field, and then dressed it up. I'll show you the entranceway because I used some fences that are made up of like trees and bushes and whatever. The thing is, they're very regular, so I wouldn't want to use them on like to line roads and stuff. But for farm entrances and stuff like that, it's actually pretty good. And then this is my favourite bit. This is my favourite bit. I think. Is this my favourite bit? I think this is my favourite bit. I just I don't like these green bits in the middle of the tracks, so I'm filling it in with like a gravel effect. And I love the fact that you can shape the area. So like under that bridge, I'll show you that after the time lapse. And then here doing the same thing again, putting in some concrete this time around kind of to create like a kind of like a forecourt area to this iron mine. And then just kind of creating a bit of an outline, and then there'll be fields going on behind that as well. Okay, that's the time lapse over. Let's go and look at some of the details. Actually, before we get into looking at the details, let's get the profitability stuff out of the way, because otherwise I'll forget. So, do you remember in the last video, the least profitable lines were losing like 35-40 million? Let's have a look now. That's the situation. Now, the 2 lines that were losing the most were Chudley Grain and Chudley Steel. Chudley Grain which was losing like about 35, 40 million. Now it's what, like, well, in fact, where are we? It's losing like 5 million now. And Chudley Steel isn't even on the list. It's probably profitable by now. The worst offender now is Peacehaven Coal. That's the one that we only just put in the beginning of the last video, and that's not going to be up to full speed because we're not shipping out the slag and stuff like that. So so that's going to take a little while. But the situation much better. Now, what's that done to our profitability situation? I'm just going to pause it so that we catch it before the end of the year. And oh, this one. And as you can see, we've gone from, this was the year after we spent that, like, we spent like $1 billion, and then we spent like 800 million or something, and then no, it was $1 billion, and then it was this year, I think, where we spent like $500 million, and then from there I said we should get up to like 250, 300 million a year. Actually, it's more than that, 320 million last year, and this year it's going to be a little, probably pretty close to 300 million. So yeah, profit wise, things going very well, and stuff's working very nicely. So let's have a look at a few details. I mean, first of all, it's starting to look pretty freaking nice. I mean, just imagine when this is like all the way down here and like expanded all around. I mean, you look at Eastbourne, like this is so dull and boring and doesn't really look that great. And then you come over here and you think, yeah, things could definitely be better. Right, so I've done. I did a bunch of work on the road network, because obviously you need the roads in first before you can do anything else. So I said I was going to extend this this kind of motorway, this highway, down all the way to Wellington. Did that, and I've lowered the terrain here. Do you remember how, like, just how steep it was here? I mean, the terrain was probably up at like this kind of level. I've dropped it down quite a lot, but it takes a lot of time to do that. And the other thing, when I've been putting the roads in, what I've been thinking is, I've been trying to be kind of realistic about it, and thinking, well, there would have been like an old road network, and then now they're putting in kind of the new road network with the big motorways, right? But we still want these kind of old roads. So I've got this old road. This road originally went up here, but I thought we'll put in an old road going up here. I'm actually going to upgrade this. Oh no, it is a medium. I thought I'd put it in as a small. That's a medium. That's fine. These roads should at least have road markings on, and then I can put fields on either side of this. I'll probably have some like an interconnecting road. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have another road over here. I might have another road over here somewhere, because we've got this road. I might take this road kind of up here and then bring it maybe along here. It'll probably be a bit lower down, and bring the forest down to meet it. Maybe have it going, I don't know, around here or something. But I might have to play around with the terrain a bit to make that work. So yeah. So we've got the old road going up here, which I've put around this building. We could do some nice things around this. I think I'll make this a bit of a feature. I like this area here. Obviously, I've extended this road out here and out here a bit. This road's going to have to come down. I don't know, but it'll meet up with this network, and I'll do something kind of around here and stuff. We've got to get this farm going. So yeah, did the roads and then extended it out this way. Now, do you remember we put in this old bridge here, and we had the railway, and then the road bridge, and then the rail bridge going over the top. But I thought, I mean, we can't make this into a big one. So I thought, you know what? This is the old road network, right? So the old road used to go up here and whatever, and then they put in the motorway, and obviously they decided, well, no, we're going to leave this because this is kind of an architectural heritage. This old stone bridge. Look at it, lovely, isn't it? So they've put in a new bridge over here. This is where I put in that texturing. I think that texturing makes such a difference. And especially extending it out around here. Love it. And look at all the different textures that you get around the place. You get the rocky stuff, and the bit of green, and the mucky stuff, and the gravel, and it's freaking awesome. You know what? I can actually have it running. And look, We're actually getting cars around the place. People going from, now that we've got this big road connection in, we've got, I extended it out to Eastbourne, and we've got quite a few cars on the road now. Looks so much better with a few cars on the road. And added a few like trees and stuff in. Oh, and over here I put in a cow pasture. Look, the cow lying down, having a bit of a snooze. Look, I even put some grass texturing in to make it look like a bit of a pasture. And actually, this field I spent quite a bit of time on. It's got fencing around the outside, all the way around the outside, because obviously, like it's a cow pasture, you've got to keep the cows in. So we've got fencing all around the outside, and this is the kind of ridiculous level of detail that I'll go to when I'm doing something that I really like, which I guess is one of the things that you guys really like. If you look around the outside of this field, all of the trees around the outside are silver birch trees. And I actually like pick them out individually, and like all the way along here, all of the trees lining this, they're all silver birch trees. And I just thought, I don't know, I just liked the idea that this farmer has planted up around his field with all these silver birch trees. I do like silver birch trees. Probably one of my favourite trees, silver birch tree. Love it. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing around with this, putting all the fencing and all that kind of stuff. Let's go and have a look at this building that I put in up here. Do you remember this? This was the bright green field. I think it looks much better with this kind of slightly dull colour. And I think this kind of ties in quite nicely with this field, because this is probably all owned by this one place. Maybe some of these fields as well. And then these are actually fences, and it's just the only problem is that it's literally like like you can see, it's that bush, that bush, that bush, just repeated, and then every so often it puts one of these trees in, which when you're doing something like this, it kind of works. But I think putting these along the roads and stuff, I don't think it would look, I think it would look too artificial. That's not how motorways look, regular roads and stuff. Still need to put a few trees and stuff down this side. I didn't do this side of the road. Definitely need some trees. It's like once you actually start doing it, you start to spot where, you know, putting odd trees in here and there really makes a difference. And thank you to the person that suggested I actually put a few trees in the fields. What I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna put like a few odd trees or whatever, like in pastures and things, where it kind of looks natural. So yeah, this place, I think that works really nice. I hope you like that as much as I do. I think that looks freaking awesome for a little commercial farm. You can imagine like growing all the crops and then bringing them in and processing them and then shipping them off to market. Love it. And then obviously we've got this bit over here. It's amazing the difference. You just put in some textured stuff in. I'll probably dress, well no, not probably, I will dress this up. Put this little blue building over here. I'll put some stuff in here. It'll probably be like mostly like stone and stuff, you know, containers and stuff like that. These things. I'll get some of these over here. That'll look nice. Okay, so is there anything else to show you? I think that's pretty much it. But it does look pretty freaking nice. Should we just ride a train up that little bit? If I can find a freaking train, I would. There's no trains. Come on. Oh, here you go. Here's one. The Thunderpants. Let's jump on the Thunderpants, and we'll speed it up a bit. In fact, we'll speed it up a lot, just to get it up there. And then I think from this kind of level is probably about the best view. And I love this new bridge. That new bridge is awesome. I'm putting some trees like to kind of cover up this Looks so much better. Probably need a few bushes down the bottom. The landscape is so much more realistic now. There's our farm. That really looks really good, doesn't it? The kids leaning out the window going, "Mommy, Mommy, look at the cows." Oh, yeah. Well, I've just added about 6 million hours to this project. Try to do all of this. Okay, so what we're going to do now, that's enough of that. We'll go on and actually get some work done. So we're going to go over here, and we've got a sawmill there and a sawmill there, and we've got logs over here and we've got logs down here. So what we've got to do is somehow get the logs to the sawmills and then ship the planks from the sawmills to this factory here, which is how on earth has that managed to produce some machines? It must have nicked some plastic from somewhere. Where are we producing? I don't know, but it must be nicking some plastic from somewhere around. But that's cool. That's cool. I haven't got a problem with that. So yeah, we'll get on with it. I think we're going to time lapse setting this up. So let's get on with it. So my objective here was to utilize as much of the existing infrastructure as possible. And when I took a close look at this, I found that I actually could. The tricky bit of this was trying to get this station positioned right. And I had to use a sloped station and then really mess around with the height and whatever. It took me quite a while to get like a good placement for it. And then this is one of the things about doing the decoration is now I'm starting to think about the decoration when I'm starting to put it together. So I completely ripped out the road system, and you'll see that I like completely relay that. Now here I was in two minds. I was gonna put in 4 platforms, and then I thought, nah, you know what? I want to like do different things whenever I can, and like change it up a bit. So I decided to put tracks for the existing line going down the outside, and just have 2 platforms for the planks. I have to say, it kind of worked out like fairly nicely. The issue here was that I was amazed that this fitted in. I was amazed that this fitted in. When I put this infrastructure in, the existing infrastructure in the town, and I can't remember where, it's Peacehaven, I think. You'll see in a minute when I do the other station that I spent loads of time putting bridges and stuff in and whatever, and now what am I going to do? I'm going to knock them all down again. Oh man. So I've decided that in future I'm not going to faff around too much with like getting like all the bridges absolutely right and all the rest of it. The smart way to do it is like throw it in, get it working, and then once you know that you've kind of finished with it, then you can tinker around with it and make it all look nice and do all the scenery and all the rest of it. So that's what I'm going to be doing in future. Now this is another thing. See, so like I've already got in mind that I'm going to like do some scenery around this forest. So I'm like putting in a little bit of a road network, and I'm trying to do these depots differently each time, and it's kind of difficult coming up with new ideas all the time. And then here I was going to link the road like directly, and then I was thinking, nah, for the terrain and whatever, you know, for the terrain decoration and whatever, I want a road network that's going to define the forests and allow me to put fields and stuff in. So now again, I'm not faffing around with this too much. I'm not worrying too much about the getting all the terrain leveled out and all that kind of stuff, because it's like when I start messing around putting the fields in, I'll probably be changing stuff anyway, so there's kind of not too much point faffing around and trying to get everything perfect, because I'll change it. You know I'll change it. I know I'll change it. You know I'll change it. It's going to be changed. So I'm just like roughly getting stuff in, and then that, you know, that'll do. That'll do pig. Whoa, first that'll do pig since I've been back. How about that? And that route worked out really nicely. And like after the time lapse, well, I'll be putting in some proper log trailers. They're gonna be very cool. So what I'm doing now is, so we put in the truck route, and now I've got the train that's going to bring the planks onto the main line, and then I'm hooking up an extra track. So it's so we're going to be full tracking into Peacehaven itself. Now I had this was almost a nightmare, because I've got this tunnel, and I've got one set of tracks going around one side of the tunnel and one set of tracks going around the other side, and what I need to do is try and make it look right, because the tunnel part is actually going to be raised up in between the other two tracks. I had to play around with this a bit to actually get it the right height and the right width and looking smooth, and but I think it'll look good once I play around with the, like, do some decorations. So here I am knocking down these bridges. Do you remember I spent freaking ages messing around with these bridges, and then got to knock them down, and so this time I was amazed that fitted through. I was really lucky that I could get these new tracks underneath that existing that passenger railway under those bridges. By the way, that elevated passenger train, I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Like when I put it in, I thought it looked really, really cool, but I'm having real second thoughts about it. So if you've got an opinion about that, let me know. And what I'm trying to do, as I'm putting in like new signals, I'm trying to get rid of the old signals, because they kind of don't look right now. So like when I can, I'm removing those. And there we go, all done. So we'll start off with the trucks. Yeah, start off with the trucks. Yeah, go on, start off with the trucks. Where are we? So the trucks are up here. So let's have a little bit of a look at these things. Oh, I like them. I like them already. I like them a lot. You know what? Let's speed it up so that they actually get down to where they're supposed to be. And you know, I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to change this to wait for a full load. Now, I've been doing this in certain places. So let's see, line 1, what do I want to do with you? I want to say reduce the waiting time to 1 minute, and say, which one's this? This is lower Peacehaven. I'm going to say wait for a full load. Now, I don't normally do that, but oh, they look awesome when they're piled up with logs. We want to see what those scanners look like as well, don't we? Oh, I tell you what we could do. We could use these on this one, and we could use the scanners on the other one. Like wherever I'm going to get them from. I think I'm going to get them from over here. Now, I need to figure this one. I need to put some more thought into how I can use like the existing infrastructure and stuff. And I think what I'm going to do is just have a road route shipping the logs from here up to here, and then somehow get them shipped up to this one and back. So I don't know, maybe we just put in a separate, I don't know. I mean, I could put like a station in here, but I'd love to put something like a bit closer to the tracks so that the lines are more consolidated. But I mean, I could put a branch line. But like I need a bit more thought on that to see exactly how that's going to work. Right, so let's see. Has our first truck left yet? Yes, it has. Where are you? There it goes. Oh, let's lay down. So, have a little ride with you. So get rid of these. Oh, these are awesome. I freaking love these. I think I'm going to love the Scanias even more. Because the Scania, I think the logs are a lot longer. And it just looks kind of more beefy and macho. Oh, there's so much light. Look, plane flying around, trains going around, trucks, buses, and all kinds of stuff. There's so much going on. See, this needs to be rounded off a little bit because look at the speed. It's doing like 2 miles an hour around that corner. You know, let's do that because that's too damn slow. So let's take that out. Oh, what the hell am I doing? Try a decent road type. What do I want? Medium country road. So. Oh, yeah. See this? This is a slow road. That needs to be upgraded. Oh, let's do that. Let's do that. So let's put that in. That'll make that corner a lot better. And let's upgrade this road. Do it in one go. Boom. There we go. That's better. So let's go back to our. You know what? I'm going to name this. I'm going to name this the Road Warrior. There we go. Right, off you go. Off you go. Now, obviously, I need to mess around with the terrain and stuff, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about that now. Our first load of logs coming along. Where's the next lorry? Is it already left yet? Or is it still waiting? I think it's still waiting. Let's have a look. What's production? Well, production's up to 64. I would have thought we would have had a second lorry load by now, but apparently not. Mind you, I'm running it on slow. So let's get you up here. Let's get some logs. Now, what's this train doing here? Waiting for a free path. Ooh, something's got stuck. Train 137. Now, what's going on here? Ooh, I think these. Yeah, one of them's on the wrong track. So we just need to provide a method for you to get back on the right track, which is pretty easy because all I need to do is come up like here and just put in. Now, where are my signals? Yeah, there's no signals in the way. So all I need to do is just put in a crossover like that, and now problem should be solved. No, apparently not. Let's see, what's your problem? Oh, that needs to be flipped. There we go. And now it's all going to work. Ah. Oh no, I was going to say I need to move that signal back, but no, that should have waited at that signal. It's not very nice when they're clipping through each other. Now, what are you waiting for now? Waiting for a free path. I may need to put an extra signal in. Yeah, I think I probably do need to put an extra signal in. Let's put an extra signal in. More signals never hurts. There, and there. Boom. And now, this train can actually come up here. Oh, it was waiting for this one. So, yeah, so it's going to get back onto its own line now. And then everything's fixed. Hooray! And there was much freaking rejoicing. I was worried then. All right, so get rid of you. Now, something else. If you want something to comment on, the way I'm going to structure the episodes, doing scenery and putting in tracks and stuff, I'm going to try and time lapse pretty much all of that from now on, and then where we'll actually spend the time is getting the trains running and riding on the trains and kind of looking at details and stuff like that. So time lapse the building and then spend our spare time on actually looking at stuff. Does that sound like a good idea? Hopefully you'll say that's a good idea. So what's up with you? You're waiting for a free path. Oh, it's just because things were jammed up a bit, the trains were waiting for each other. That's okay. That'll sort itself out. Okay, so I wonder, have we got any logs going on these trains? I don't think so. No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. So I was gonna ride the Road Warrior, wasn't I? That didn't happen. Hey, here we go. So we got any logs? Yes, we've got. Oh, yes, we've got planks. We've got planks. Cool. So let's jump on board with train 40 and just see it fill up with the old logs. Oh, sorry, the planks, not the logs. There we go. Such a cool game. Such a cool game. When like this game's been out a while now. You remember when the game first came out, there were quite a lot of problems with the game. It's a little bit buggy and a little bit difficult to use and performance issues and stuff. And they've carried on developing the game. It's all been free updates. And I tell you what, this is a hell of a game now. I tell you what, in terms of like value for money, you know, like this, City Skylines, they're incredible value for money. You get hundreds of hours of playtime out of it. Is this engine beautiful or what? I love that green livery. And I love this nice, I like these four track wide tunnels. They're so good. They look so good. Yeah, so waiting to pull in. But we're delivering planks, so let's see. Let's go over here and see, have we got planks? No, no planks here yet. But with that one pulling in, here he comes. Just speed it up a touch. So he arrives, and we should see those planks appear on line 3. Oh, no, they're going on to the Cheshire General. Actually, you know what? That works really well. So this Cheshire line obviously stops over here because it's picking up. Yeah, because it's picking up the tools and whatever. So as well as the dedicated line for shipping planks, we can also ship planks on here, and that's going to work really well because I was actually wondering how I was going to deal with the volume of planks from 2 sawmills. Well, because we've got the planks from this one, and we'll have the logs from this one. But because we've got the general goods line as well, that's actually going to freaking work. Awesome sauce. So, yeah, we've got a nice steady flow of planks coming along now. That's getting picked up by Cheshire, the Cheshire line, which is you, isn't it? The only problem with that, of course, is that we can't see our new fancy green trains. But oh, there you are! How handy! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! And look, these are faster, even though they're diesels. Oh, freaking loving it! The more activity there is, the better. Like the more trains that are running, the better the whole thing looks. Oh man, I can't wait to start working on the terrain here because there is some really interesting stuff going on. You know what? I want to come on, join that. Nah, that wasn't the one I wanted. Pause. I wanted to ride in on this one because I wanted to see what this looked like from the train's perspective. You know what? I think it's going to be okay. Once this is all smoothed off and whatever, I think it's going to be fine. Man, this is going to be a busy old section of track. They're going to be shifting a lot of stuff up and down here. So we should be seeing some planks here now. Yeah, and I can see. Look, you can see we've got planks. And yes, we're churning out. Yeah, we're churning out more machines. Look at this, production of machines is going up. But look, we've got a bit of plastic. Where the hell has that plastic come from? God only knows. I'll have to figure out where that plastic's come from because I've got no idea. Cool. So there you go, guys. So this has been running for a little while now. It's been running for like, I don't know, like a couple of years. I wonder how far the tools are going. So, oh, it's saying no tools there. No tools at Peacehaven yet. Or at the moment. Shepshed, we got any tools? Yes, we've got some tools at Shepshed. What about the other end? So Cheshire. Yes, we've got tools. I should have checked for machines as well, shouldn't I? Now, I wonder, has it got as far as Bognor Regis? Yes, we're getting tools in Bognor Regis. I think it's going to get all the way around, like maybe as far as Settle. Oh, look at that one. One tool got as far as Settle. What about, well, let's see, what about Maggle? No, they haven't got as far as Maggle. I've got to do another one of these. Once we finished this, the tools and machines, we've got to do goods for this area, and then we're going to have to do another tools and goods over here. Tools, machines, and goods, and then we've got a bunch of work to do over here as well, because like these are getting what? They're only getting fuel. I've got to do food and tools and goods and bricks, construction materials. Yeah, so there's still a freaking ton of work to do. You know what? Like riding the trains, I should have turned the blooming signals on. Mind you, we were down at this kind of level, so it doesn't matter. Man, imagine how this valley is gonna look if I do all the fields and everything. It's gonna look pretty sweet. But that is one thing that I have been thinking about while I've been working on the valley over here. And you can see, look, I've only done this tiny little bit. And like God knows how many hours I've got into this now. I don't know. Probably about 15 hours, maybe. I don't know. Like something like that. Maybe a bit more. And all I've done is this tiny little bit here. Right? Oh my God! It's going to take freaking forever. Oh, and this, oh, I hadn't even thought about this. And how am I going to do it, like, around the airport and stuff? And this is what I've got to figure out. Like, can I have kind of like bare areas? And how do I blend the two together? Right? And yeah, there's still stuff to work out. There's still a lot of stuff to work out. But you know what? We'll leave it there for this episode. I tell you what I might do. If I can find a train come in, I want a passenger train. You're waiting for a free pass, so there's a train coming out. Where are you going? Yeah, you're going to Aspatria. Let's speed this up. What we want, well, we want that train to come back out again, actually. It's the train that's just gone in to Eastbourne. That's the Eastbourne to Wellington passenger train. And that's the one that I wanted to ride. And there's a special reason for wanting to ride that particular train. And the reason is that it goes over the big bridge. Or the high bridge. So we'll ride it up to about here. And then we'll slow it down. Oh no, going back. No, it's coming this way. It goes over the top. Going, it goes underneath. But you know what? It's still cool. It's still cool because we can actually have a look at it. Oh, you know what? Should we? Oh man. Oh yes, please. Yeah, well, you know what, I'm going to leave it for you guys to comment on. But I think it's looking pretty sweet. All right, we'll leave it there. I just wanted that ride. I wonder, is there one of the passenger trains going the other way? Because I really wanted to go over this bridge now that everything's kind of done. Where's the next passenger train going the other way? Oh man, where are you? Where are you? Here he is. No. Come on, where's the passenger train? Oh, there it is. There it is. See if we can jump on board you. The Tasmanian Express 3. I'm lost for words. It's just beautiful. Wait for free path. Let's speed you up. Oh, going over this bridge is gonna be sweet. Let's switch to first person. See, this is so much better now that it's got this gravel texture. Oh, look at the cows! Mum, look at the cows! Oh, freaking... Imagine when this is all done, what this view is going to look like. Alright guys, we will leave it there. I hope you have enjoyed this episode as much as I have. I'm going to carry on working on this. I'm going to be expanding this down here. I've got more decoration to do, and I want to kind of blend this into the edge of Biggleswade, and then I'll probably leave it at that point. And then I want to get this like a bit further down here. I'm not going to go too far because I don't know whether I'm going to use this sawmill. I might, so I can't go too far that way. But I can start working my way down this way. So yes, come back for the next episode when things will have moved on a little bit more, and we'll see what solution I come up with for getting the second sawmill running. That is going to be an interesting logistical little puzzle. So come back for that. I'll catch you for that. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.